Welcome back to the channel. Today's a little bit different, sort of, but we're gonna try and get our planting areas, tilled up, get the dirt worked in. We did get some lime last night because I'm sure we got to spread some lime. This stuff hasn't had anything done, so we got to get the garden area prepped and get some of the other plots prepped so we can get our lime spread. I managed to pick up a really small drop spreader, so hopefully that'll work for what we need it to. The plots are a little bit bigger than, your typical garden, but we got to work with what we got because we don't have, a huge drop spreader. We don't have, dump trucks delivering us lime and stuff like that. So we got to work with what we got. Still no battery. So I could put the harrow type, that's not really a plow, but I forget exactly what it's called, but we could put that on, or we could put the rototiller on, and it really doesn't matter, honestly, but the rototiller is obviously going to get everything chopped up a little bit finer, and it's going to not necessarily go deeper than the harrow would, but I don't know, to me it's just those little fingers dragging behind in the centers there. It lets everything. So this is going to chop it up completely fine. So I think this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to use. So obviously we got to get this hooked up to the tractor. And it's a 6-foot width. So we'll get this hooked up and see what we can do with this. We got it all hooked up. We're headed down there now, but we did get a little bit of rain yesterday, so I'm hoping that it's not too sticky, too wet for this, but at the same time it's kind of up on a hill, so the water usually runs off pretty well up there, so I'm hoping that's the case this time. And it didn't pour, we didn't get inches of rain, but down at the garden at the house, that may be a different story because that sits down in, and that's usually stays wet longer, so we'll see what happens with that, but I'm thinking our first plots are going to be a lot better. But at the task at hand now, this is obviously all of our kind of planting area. I got the motocross track up here, and this is where kind of the wheat field is. You can kind of see it there. The deer have really been working hard on it, so I have honestly no idea if this is even going to come up good or not. So we may end up just tilling this up and doing something different. I don't know yet, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm thinking about rearranging, because obviously this is the motocross track here, so I may end up rearranging this, rerouting it somehow so I can get some more planting ground up here. But basically from here, and you can kind of see one of the jumps up there, but from here over, and obviously we have the wheat here, but then that only runs up to about there. So we have basically all this area here that we can till up and get ready. So I think I might try and rearrange some stuff first, get some stuff leveled out a little bit, and then we'll see what we can get tilled up. The dirt doesn't seem too bad. It honestly seems really nice. This is really nice stuff up here, so it doesn't really seem too wet underneath, so we should be good. It's a little tacky, but nothing that is soaked. So it's a few hours later, and a little update. We got stuff kind of leveled out because all this kind of used to be tracking through here. So I ended up prepping the track and getting that all ready for riding, but I ended up having to level some of this stuff off because we still had piles of dirt everywhere. So everything with the track should be good to go. I think I got everything leveled off that I need. Maybe some stuff right in here. I did try and level this a little, and there's a few more piles down there. So we're gonna get working on trying to get all this tilled up. We did get some lime, so I debated on spreading that before we tilled it in and then having it on the top, and then we till it all into the dirt. But I think since we are a little bit a ways from planting yet, I think what I'm just gonna do is till everything, get everything good to go, and then spread the lime on the top. And then at that point, you know, it's the rain and stuff like that will hopefully let it go down in. I should have had this in the fall done, but you win some, you lose some. Tilled. You can see the difference there. This is the motocross track portion, and then this is all field area. And I'm guessing we don't have enough lime. The big problem here is, and I didn't check, but I don't know what lime costs for like whoever you even get to bring it out, but they'll bring it out in like probably dump truck loads, and that's like way too much for what I have. I mean, this is a really big area, but I'm like right in between to where it's would probably be too much. But regardless, this is all learning experience, trial and error, so we'll see what happens. But everything is finally tilled up, and we got on this side as well, running all the way out through there, kind of in between the middle of the track down there, and then it runs down through here. So we got a lot of planting area up here, and again, depending what happens with the wheat there, I don't know. We may till the wheat up and plant something else if it doesn't grow, but I mean, it's pretty green right now, so we'll see what happens. But it's turned out pretty nice, so we'll run down home and till the garden down there, and then we should be able to start spreading lime at that point. Garden's all tilled, that's finished, so we should be done with the tractor at this point. So now we'll get everything ready for the lime and hope that we have enough. This is what we got. 10 bags of these of it's Pro Ag lime. They have some cheaper stuff, just barn lime, but I don't know if there's a difference. This is dolomitic limestone, so I don't know. They both kind of say they do the same thing, so I don't know. And when I bought this stuff last night, I unfortunately forgot to get the soil tester that I wanted to get. So I think we're just gonna do the minimum for right now. Since we don't have that, good rule of thumbs, 40 to 80 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So we may, initial application, I don't know, it says 20 to 40 pounds for pH maintenance. So since I don't have the tester, I think we're just gonna go light for the time being. And since I only have 10 bags, because I know this is nowhere near gonna be enough for everything that we tilled up today. So we'll get these all thrown in here, and then we have a 3-foot drop spreader in there which is kind of small, but again, we got to work with what we got. And it's light enough that you can lift it, move it around. And it fits perfectly in there. Not 100% sure where to set this on the gate, but I think we're gonna try like 2, maybe 3, and just kind of see how heavy it's putting it out there. So since I don't have a whole lot of lime, I don't want to get too carried away with spreading too much, but that's, you know, it's definitely spreading some in there. And I could probably go just a little bit heavier and open the gates just a little bit further. But again, I don't want to get too carried away until I, you know, get my soil tester and we see what exactly is going on. So we'll get this whole thing spread, and then we'll, if we have anything left, which the way this is going, I'm assuming we're gonna, so we'll probably run up to the other areas there and we'll do those as well. So you can see there's definitely lime there. Again, I think we did go a little bit light because I originally put 2 bags in here, and this would have been 100 pounds obviously, and it said about 40 pounds per 1,000 square feet. And this is probably, I don't know, probably close to 1,000 square feet, if not a little more than that. I don't know what it measures, but so I don't know how much we would have used out of there, but we definitely didn't use, I don't think, a whole bag worth, maybe close. But it definitely tells you right there, pounds of limestone needed per 1,000 square feet to increase pH to 6.5. So again, we don't know what our soil tested at. If it was at 4 and we needed to get it up to like 6, well, then obviously that's going to take a lot more compared to if it's already at 6 or 5.5, you know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things I need to get tested. But again, I know none of this stuff has had lime or anything put on it, so it definitely is going to need something. So obviously, even doing just a little bit preventatively, or as however they call it, a maintenance, kind of a maintenance amount, and that's 20 to 40 pounds. So we could have easily done about 20 pounds worth, but it's really hard to say because, like I said, I think we did go a little bit light. But I do want to make sure that I have enough for up at the other areas, so I think I'll go up there and do all that, and then if I do have extra, then we can come down here and put a little bit more on. But obviously we got to get that up there taken care of, and that means we have 8 bags left since I already used 2, but we still have some in the spreader, so that'll help. Threw another bag in there. It's windy up here now, so I don't know. It's definitely cold, but I don't know how well. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow it all around, but with it being really low to the ground and close, I think it'll work. So we're gonna get rolling here, and hopefully we have enough. If I spread it, you know, kind of light, we should have enough. I may just end up having to get more at some point, so we'll see how far we can get. So we're done with this area here. Moving on to the patch below. And I have, I think, 2 full bags and a partial bag down there yet. I just filled the spreader. And, you know, you can see it's spreading it pretty heavy. And again, we don't know what this tests at, so we don't want to just assume that it needs a lot, because it may not. So I don't want to get too carried away with, you know, putting more on than we really have to, especially when I don't have a test. So everything's done up here. There's obviously a good, it's weird because you can look up here this way in these tracks and you just barely see white, and then this way it's like a real nice heavy coating. And I think it's because of the way it laid it in the dirt that you can't see it, depending which way you drove through. But yeah, we got a nice heavy track laid down, and hopefully we have enough here to do everything on this side. So we'll get cracking on that and see what we can do. The wind has definitely picked up here a little bit, and it always does kind of blow across the field, unfortunately. And unfortunately it wasn't calmer, because some of it was actually blown away. Now we did get, as you can see, we did get a really good coverage on this, and I just ran out basically in the spreader on the last pass that I did. So I have 1 bag left, and I think what I'm gonna do with that bag is take it back down home and spread that over the garden, since that was a little bit on the light side. And same thing here, this was our passes coming this way, this was the pass going that way. So that's why it looks, because if I turn around, then it kind of has the opposite effect. So we definitely have some good coverage and managed to get it the whole way out through. So we'll head down to the garden, down home, and spread the remaining bag. But I think today was a pretty successful day. We got a lot accomplished, and it managed to spread the lime too on top of it. So basically we got to get fertilizer and stuff yet, which is, you know, clean out the rabbits, the goats, chickens, stuff like that, and then we can spread that up here too. And I got to figure out what I'm planting where and all that stuff, but I wanted to get everything tilled up here, all the plots all in one, and then we'll separate later on. So we'll head back down, spread the remaining bit, and that should do it. That looks a lot better. We definitely had this even lighter than up at the other plots. So hopefully the wind doesn't blow it all off, but probably, again, what I should have done is, you know, put it on and then tilled it in. But I think, you know, when it rains and stuff, it'll kind of soak down in. So that should do it. We got everything at least covered that I wanted to do and all the plots. So hopefully that helps, and hopefully everything grows a little bit better this year. So we did use the last of that bag. I made sure to just use it all, so we really don't have anything left, but I'll make sure I dump all that out. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Spring tillage, lime spreading. We're getting ready for planting, and I'm getting excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.